Welcome back to From the Pages of the WWF Program, Volume 153. The cover sets the tone immediately, bold and declarative. Strikeforce take the belts. Rick Martel and Tito Santana are presented as champions, framed not as a fluke or a moment, but as the standard bearers of the tag team division. The language is confident, the imagery decisive, and the message is simple. The titles have changed hands and the balance of power has shifted. Inside, the program opens with the familiar WWF Superstars roster page, a visual roll call of the era. Faces are lined up with names underneath, creating a sense of hierarchy and recognition before a single story is told. Hulk Hogan, Randy Macho Man Savage, Andre the Giant, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Jake the Snake Roberts, Ted DiBiase, Rick Rude, King Harley Race, Brutus Beefcake, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bam Bam Bigelow, One Man Gang, managers, valets, giants, brawlers, and champions all share the page. It's a reminder of roster depth, but also of contrast, every style, every personality, every threat, all living under the same banner. Publication information follows, grounding the spectacle in structure. Editorial credits, photography, acknowledgments, and production listings reinforce that this program is both souvenir and official record. Alongside it sits a WWF magazine advertisement urging readers to stay connected beyond tonight, and an anti-drug public service message featuring Billy Jack Haynes. The WWF positions its stars as entertainers, athletes, and role models all at once. The first major feature belongs to Jake the Snake Roberts, headline striking for the top. The article leans into Roberts' methodical persona, emphasizing patience, psychology, and inevitability. Jake is not portrayed as loud or reckless. He is framed as dangerous because he is calm, because he waits, because he chooses his moment. The writing reinforces that his rise is not about spectacle, but about control of opponents, of crowds, of fear itself. An advertisement interrupts with WWF stretch wrestlers, colorful and kinetic, promising kids they can stretch out all the action. The shift in tone is sharp but intentional. The WWF universe is built to reach every age, every interest, and every corner of fandom. The program then returns to the champions with Strikeforce atop the tag teams. Rick Martel and Tito Santana are presented as technicians, unified by trust and timing. The article focuses on chemistry, teamwork, and shared discipline. They are not framed as flashy, but as reliable and relentless champions who win by doing everything right over and over again. Momentum continues with a feature on Hulk Hogan titled Help from His Hulkamaniacs. The article frames Hogan as inseparable from his audience. Crowd reactions, fan energy, and mass support are emphasized as part of his strength. Hogan is not just a wrestler here. He's a phenomenon fueled by belief, noise, and loyalty. Another advertisement follows, this time for WWF Superstars of Wrestling Bars. Bright, playful, and unmistakably of its era, it reinforces the WWF's reach into everyday life, where wrestling exists not just in arenas, but in freezers and lunchboxes. A WWF magazine subscription ad comes next, pushing savings, convenience, and continuity. The message is clear. Tonight is not enough. Stay with us. The tone shifts back to rivalry with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, headline Messing with the King. Duggan's feud with King Harley Race is framed as defiance versus royalty. Duggan is positioned as raw, stubborn, and unpolished, a man who refuses to bow, refuses to play by aristocratic rules, and is perfectly happy swinging a 2x4 instead. Merchandise advertising returns with Hulk Hogan gear, encouraging fans to Hulkicize their rooms. Posters, banners, and mail-order forms reinforce the WWF as something you decorate your life with, not just watch. Next comes Haynes and Patera, a tag team with a purpose. Billy Jack Haynes and Ken Patera are framed as a unit built on intensity and belief. The article emphasizes purpose and conviction, presenting them as more than a pairing of convenience. This is about shared ideology and shared aggression. A WWF Coliseum video advertisement follows, spotlighting George the Animal Steele and promoting a collection of memorable moments. It leans into humor and spectacle, reminding readers that wrestling is allowed to be strange, loud, and unforgettable. The program then arrives at Race for the Belts. This section lays out the championship landscape cleanly and efficiently. The WWF World Championship, the Women's Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the Tag Team Championship, Champions and Challengers are presented as pieces on a board, each title representing status, pressure, and ambition. Another publication promotion appears for WWF Superstars 2, touting its popularity and positioning it as a must-have guide. The WWF print ecosystem feeds itself, each piece pointing to the next. The Keep an Eye on section highlights emerging and dangerous figures. Brutus Beefcake, Ravishing Rick Rude, Sam Houston, King Kong Bundy, the Ultimate Warrior. Each name is given just enough attention to plant anticipation. These are wrestlers the program is telling you to watch closely, because their moment may be coming sooner than you think. A micro-league wrestling video game advertisement follows, blending wrestling with early digital entertainment. The ad promises control, immersion, and the chance to create champions at home. Wrestling steps off the mat and onto the screen. The program closes with a full-page image of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, headline terror with a 2x4. It's a fitting final note, defiant, loud, uncomplicated, and impossible to ignore. WWF Program Volume 153 functions as both celebration and roadmap. It crowns champions, elevates contenders, sells the brand, and reminds the reader that this world is always moving forward. See you next time. Farewell from the Empire State.